our special guest tonight is Creationist Cat, as if you haven't already guessed. We're going to change our Twitter handle for the hashtag tonight. So if you have a question for Creationist Cat, we'll be taking those shortly in a little while, but the hashtag will be hashtag PPAP guest. So if you hashtag a question to hashtag PPAP, you're not going to be, no one's going to be able to see it. So
I'm so confused.
I know, aren't you?
How am I going to ask him any questions if I have to use a different hashtag?
It's hashtag PPA guest on Twitter. There you go.
What up, Shadowbites?
All right,
it's very sexy the way you're laying.
Yes, it is. I'm
provocative.
It's very provocative. All right, I have a.
It's like a late Friday night commercial on TV.
Right. My question here for you, Creationist Cat, what do you think of the current atheism or the new atheism movement that's going on right now?
Well, you know, I think the new atheist movement is it's in a pretty curious stage right now. I think certain members of its ranks have been opening their eyes to an inevitable truth, which is that I am indeed the Lord's chosen cat. And by virtue of that fact, you know, I think that they are realizing that there is indeed such a thing as a Lord. And so there's a massive paradigm shift right now. My congregation is nearly 10,000 YouTubers strong, and I have had sodomites write to me renouncing their vile heathen ways, telling me that they are ingesting all sorts of chemical inhalants in an attempt to erode their brain to the point that they can believe the contents of the Bible and the claims that I make, okay? So, hey, if that's what they have to do, I say go for it. So, basically, it's just a matter of time until the new atheist movement recognizes me as proof of the Lord's existence and becomes born again, basically, and then we'll live in an atheism-free world. Any day now.
Any day now.
With inhalants.
Creationist Cat, you make some awesome videos. What do you do to edit those? Especially, you said you got those interesting pause. I mean, you got pause. I mean, how do you work the keyboard and everything to make your videos on?
Well, you know, before I go about making a video, I like to groom myself for several hours beforehand. You know, I get into all the hard-to-reach places, except for my butt crack and my Franca beans. I leave those alone because that's kind of gross. You know, and then it just depends. If I'm feeling really energetic and I'm, you know, just feeling really like, kind of like I want to just do a lot of stuff, I'll set up the cameras and the lights myself manually, but generally that takes a really long time. It's pretty tedious because, you know, I just have these 4 pods to do it with, and really these instruments are built and created for humans to utilize. So, you know, if I'm not in the mood to do all that, I'll just pray really hard, and it usually just sets up itself.
Okay.
And from that point on, you know, that's really, I'm good to go. I think that's, you know, that's really it.
Oh, okay. Another question I have is here, what inspired you to start making your YouTube videos? I mean, did God, when he struck you through the internet, say, start making videos? Is that how that went down?
Well, Fred Phelps has always been a huge inspiration to me. I think it was just about like maybe like 15 minutes after I was initially zapped by God to the internet that I saw him on YouTube, and I thought, this guy is making a lot of sense. I like the way that he's talking about faggots and you know, talking about the way that they're going to eat Satan feces in hell. So, you know, subsequently, I tracked Freddie P down, and we became the best of pals. But, you know, it was his ministry that really made me say, holy crap, this is what I want to do with my life. I want to tell people what to do, and I want to tell them how hard they were going to burn in the lake of hell for eternity. And so, yeah, Freddie was encouraging. He said, Cece, I think you got what it takes to make people feel horrible in the very cockles of their hellbound hearts. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Right. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
I think I broke something.
I think. What is one of the best YouTube videos that you've seen out there, other than Packard Pokes At?
Well, I really love a video titled "Creationist Cat Solves the Abortion Crisis."
I saw that one the other day. Actually, that was funny.
So I'm not sure if you're aware of it. It's on a YouTube channel called Creationist Cat, and in the video I talk about basically how horrible abortion is, and how women should stop fornicating with human men and start fornicating with me, because they're not gonna. You can't get pregnant banging a cat, basically. And I really like that video. I think it's pretty good.
It is. It really was. Okay, what do you do when you're not making videos online? What do you do outside of YouTube?
Well, I like to complain a lot. I like to groom myself. I think maybe I've already covered that. That's I spend maybe 25% of the day doing that. And then from time to time I get startled for no particular reason at all. It's just a thing I do. When I'm feeling like I gotta get some aggression out, I like to hunt. Doesn't really matter for what. Usually it's like baby mice or cockroaches. And I don't know. I'm a huge 700 Club fan. I mean, who isn't? And that's about it.
Okay.
It's like everything I do.
No soap operas?
No. Okay.
But I like the Spanish ones, on Telemundo.
Oh, Telemundo. Okay.
Yes.
I have a couple additional questions here real quick, and then I'm going to turn my questions over to my co-host here. When you were zapped, did it leave any scar or burnt fur?
Yeah, I actually have a cross-shaped burn on my tuchus, but you can't see it because the fur is kind of grown over it.
Ah. Okay.
And you can actually see Jesus Christ perfectly on that cross.
Right.
And if you get even closer, there's a little vocal caption there that says, "Creationist Cat is awesome."
Of course. Of course. All right, I have one more question here. What website was the computer at when you were zapped by God? Because I want to go there and just see if it happens.
It was on Conservapedia.
Explains a lot.
I don't think it's going to happen to you.
I
but
don't think so either.
It was on. I'm not sure what subject was on Conservapedia at the time. Probably Jesus Christ, but I don't know.
Okay.
Oh God, Packard, I would love to see that happen to you.
I'm sure you would. Okay, I'm going to turn the questions over to Joe. Joe, you had several questions here. Would you like to ask those now, please?
Yes, Creationist Cat, you often do movie review videos. What kind of movie snacks do you enjoy when you watch movies?
Oh, well, God, you guys are really pulling out the tough questions here. Really grilling me. Well, it depends on the movies. If I'm watching something light, like an awesome Pauly Shore movie or something, I like those Pounce's liver treats. And if I'm watching something sassy, like, I don't know, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants Part 2, I like those Temptations Captain's Catch treats. they're crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. But if I'm watching something intellectually stimulating, like God's Not Dead, then call me old-fashioned, but I like to chow down on a big old bucket of mouse heads.
That's my choice too.
Okay, Joe, do you have any other questions?
Creationist Cat, how much do you love Kirk Cameron?
Gosh, I don't know if science has created a method of measurement that can adequately explain how much I love the Kirkster. I mean, look, I love him just about as much as one heterosexual dude can love another heterosexual dude.
Are you saying Kirk Cameron's heterosexual?
I'd like to think he is. Look, he's
married to a woman, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Look, all I have to say is the man is one of the finest actors of our generation, right alongside Kevin Sorbo, and I don't know, that Baldwin brother, whatever his name is, Tito? Is it Tito Baldwin? I don't know. And yeah, he's the cat's meow. Meow.
Right.
Hey, Creationist Cat, I'm going to bring it down a notch a little here. I want to know from you what it was like getting schooled by Matt Dillahunty and Tracy Harris on the Atheist Experience.
Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, I mean, I want to ask you right now. I want to ask you a question, all right? I want to know what it's like wandering the earth with half the IQ of a retarded chihuahua. Because that's the kind of feeble retard brain you'd have to have inside your retard skull for you to think that.
That's right.
And hey, look, I'm sorry if the word retard isn't quite politically correct for you folks, but I guarantee this guy is too retarded to take offense to it, okay? Look, stop laughing. I have something to say here. Okay. I schooled Matt and Tracy, okay? Everybody knows it. In that video that I made, Matt even he admits it. I say bluntly to him, Matt, can you at least admit that I just totally freaking pwned you on that matter? And he says yes. And then, if that doesn't seal the deal, I blew up their freaking brains. Their heads exploded.
I saw the video.
You know, I'd say that counts as schooling in my book.
Okay, fine. I'll give you that, but I have one follow-up question to that question.
Yeah.
Have you ever caught the red dot?
Red dot? What does that mean? Is that like your clever way of asking if I've had my period? I'm a freaking dude! Dude! Dudes don't have periods!
I mean, from
Didn't anybody ever teach you that in your special ed class? Retard!
Okay, you know what? I have no further questions then.
Okay. Okay, Crystal, your questions for Creationist Cat.
I can't stop laughing longer.
I'm having the same problem.
Okay, Creationist Cat, I'm going to tell you, and this is the honest to goodness truth. Like, when Packard comes up with guests and we have to go back and watch the videos, I am not a big podcast watcher, and so I kind of went, when I had to start doing that. But I have to say that I absolutely love all of your videos. I watched long time. I can't even tell you how long it was. And you calling Sarah Palin a fart knocker was the best thing ever.
Well, I merely explored the possibility of her being a fart knocker. I don't actually think of her as a fart knocker. She is a very, very cultured and intelligent worldly woman. Far be it from me to call Sarah Palin a fart knocker.
Well, the speaking in tongues part, she did very well.
She did. I think she has a lot of experience with that.
I think she does too. What do you?
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, are you asking me to speak in tongues? Are you asking me to conjure the Holy Spirit right now?
Well, see, I would love a demonstration, but I for one cannot do it. But I'm just curious.
Come down to Kokomo, I'll take you down to Kokomo. Pop. How was that?
Okay.
Did I do it?
Beautiful.
Well enough for you?
No, more than well enough for me. I think we might have to keep a recording of that and play that maybe every week just to get us motivated.
Right. Did you have any other questions, Crystal?
I do have.
Okay.
I want to know, I watched the video on your placing an ad on Christian Mingle, and I wanted to know how many responses did you get back?
Well, I mean, are you kidding me? My inbox was stuffed to the freaking gills.
I'm sure.
I mean, I'm a cat. Everybody wants to pet me. Everybody wants to rub my tummy and tickle me under my chin and tell me how adorable I am. But the problem is, though, that unfortunately, these women aren't a really good match for me. Because, they're Christians, And maybe one day I'll settle down with one. But by and large, they're really boring people. And, they have awful taste in music. And in most cases, I'm going to have to put a ring on their finger before, I see a little bit of vagina muff. So,
well, I was going to ask you, did you get any inappropriate pictures, or did you send any?
Did I sex them? Like,
did you be sending dick pics out? Did you do it?
I can't figure a way to snap a selfie that will contain the fullness of my manhood. So the answer is no. And also, I'm also very kind of internet savvy. I don't want a picture of my enormous freaking woohoo on Reddit or something. I don't want to start the fappening too here.
Okay. A serious question. How much slack do you get from Christians over your videos? Do you really get any, hate comments or really nasty stuff? I mean, nasty in a mean way.
Yeah, because you're a cat and all, because they not believe that you're been zapped or anything like that.
Not really. I think that I get a lot of, apathy. They don't really recognize that that I exist, and I'm really kind of surprised because I think that I happen to be the greatest proof there is of any sort of deity out there, and
exactly.
I would think that they would jump on my videos and just kind of extol me as the next. Hold me up as the next big thing, but no, it's, just kind of waiting for that day when that happens.
Well, everybody loves cats, so it probably won't happen. I mean, the hate mail. I imagine you would just get adoration. Yeah,
well, I do get a lot of adoration. That is true. I get, to be perfectly serious, I do get some not creationists, but I get some Christians who write to me and say hey, you know what? I'm a Christian, and I think you're pretty awesome. So keep doing what you're doing. And I'm confused by that because I'm yeah, I'm a Christian too. Why should I keep on doing it? All of you guys should know about this.
Right.
Okay, I'll quit writing those then. Damn.
Did you have any other questions, Crystal?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm curious to know how long it takes. Your videos are they're just slamming. Absolutely awesome. The graphics and everything. How long does it take for you to put together a video?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that we could both agree on how great my videos are.
Well, we're both Christians, so that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, that might be it right there. But, you know, it really depends on the amount of time. Is it really what matters here? It's really how much miracle power am I putting forth? Right. If I'm just sitting in front of the camera and talking, there's not a lot of miracle power required. You know, time dependent. But if I'm blowing up heads with my super advanced kitty brain, or flying, or dancing, the demands on my miracle reserves are far greater, and generally it will take far more time for me to regenerate and harness the miracle power I'll need in order to accomplish that video. So, does that answer your question?
Absolutely. Yep. I love it when you blow up atheist heads. I mean, that's my favorite part.
I do too.
Yeah. Any last questions, Crystal?
Last question. I heard a rumor. Are you friends with Ken Ham?
Ken Ham? Mm-hmm. Are you asking me about Ken Ham?
I know, and I kind of heard you guys were like really.
That freaking jerk face is dead to me. Dead. He is dead to me. Do you hear? And not like Jesus Christ gonna like you know, come back from the dead 3 days from now. He's dead to me.
Well, I'm
dead. Okay. Next question.
I am done with questions. That answered everything I needed to know.
Okay,
we're awesome, and like it's nice to have a fellow Christian on here because like I get lonely sometimes.
Well, yeah, I can help you with that.
All right, we're gonna take a couple questions from the chat room, and we have one that's sitting up in our from Twitter here. It's from Zorvian. He says, was there any heavy petting involved when you met God? Hashtag PPA guest.
No, you know, a lot of people use the term touched by God. But honestly, first of all, God's a little bit of a germaphobe, okay? Like, honestly, he's a little kind of weird about that, you know? You'd think he wouldn't really mind because he's, like, invincible, but... No, you know, that's just a weird quirk he has. And, you know, I mean, it just kind of like, when people actually get, say, touched by God, it kind of starts sounding a little creepy. It's a little no-go town. And, no, it's like, it was more kind of like an admiration from afar kind of a thing.
Ah, okay.
Throw some Purell at him.
He hadn't heard the Purell. All right, we have a question from Dr. Strange. He says, are you afraid of being eaten by lesbians?
Oh, my God. He's hit on my secret fear. How did you know? I have nightmares constantly of Rosie O'Donnell and Portia de Rossi marinating me in a buttercream sauce. I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of cats actually have that nightmare, but
we had one from earlier from Dawkins Dog over from PPA guest asked, when the rapture comes, what cat toy would you want to take with you?
Oh, that's a really good question. Let me think about it. What cat toy would I like to take with me? Well, as long as Jesus was the one operating it, I'd bring the laser toy because that's always fun.
Okay.
Sorry,
that's okay. All right. We'll move on to the next question here.
Yeah. Next question
from Dawkins Dog. A question we all need to answer to: next door's garden or litter tray, which is better?
What?
What? The next door's garden, your next door neighbor's garden, or a litter tray?
Well, you know, if you poop in the neighbor's garden, the neighbor is probably not even going to know it ever happened. I, for one, relish the, having servants, having people pick up my poop. So, I mean, to me, that's like more luxurious than any king on Game of Thrones. I mean, like, it's the tops in terms of service. And I like pooping in litter trays.
Okay, another one from Dawkins' dog here. Oh, here, no, it's from Dr. Strange. He says, "Is consuming catnip a sin?"
I used to think it was. I really did, but I've evolved on this matter. I did a video entitled "How to Make Money Selling Drugs." I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I did it for. I mean, seriously, it's a video that I made for a documentary called "How to Make Money Selling Drugs." My friend Adrian Grenier, who plays Vincent Chase on, and I'm serious here, I'm not kind of kidding around, who plays Vincent Chase on Entourage, asked me to do it. So you could find that on my YouTube channel. And in that video, I tried a variety of drugs for the very first time. And I think it's fine. You really got to make sure that you get the clean stuff, because you don't know, like if you are getting your catnip in a bad neighborhood, it could be cut with angel dust. There could be some crocodile in it, and some crack cocaine. You don't want that. You don't want your kiddies ingesting crack cocaine. Okay,
fair enough question. We have one from Kevin from Twitter. He says, "If I pet you enough, do I get a deluxe suite in heaven?"
What is his?
He wants to know if he pets you enough, will he get a special place in heaven?
So this is a he that we're talking about.
Yes.
Nah.
We had one from Christopher Tolsky. He goes, "Hey, CC, the Bible doesn't say anything about cats in the rapture. You may want to double check on that with the man."
Yeah, well, there's a lot. Originally, there were a lot of allusions to cats throughout the Bible. They were all removed due to a clerical error. And they're actually. I'm going to be releasing a extended version of the Bible in the not too distant future, and it has all of the bits and pieces about cats that were unfortunately edited out of the Bible purely by human error. Okay,
gotcha. All right, we'll take one more from the chat room here. Dawkins Dog says, "Game of Thrones, a song of mice and fur?"
Yes. I'll say yes to that question.
All right, all right. Which one more here? If Crystal purrs enough, will she have a special place in heaven?
If Crystal pets.
Okay, I was just supposed. Okay, if Crystal pets you enough, will she have a special place in heaven?
No, but if she purrs, she will. Yeah. Okay, you just earned your spot in heaven.
Hallelujah.
All right, one more from Dawkins Dog over Twitter here. CC, what are your thoughts on LOL Cat's Bible?
I think that's really, really insulting to cats. It's really obvious that is just a human who, thinks that cats are just pretty little furry playthings, and that we don't have anything special to say. And, I mean, it's bullshit, basically, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Love it.
What, is somebody, like, taking bong hits there? What
I think Joe fell asleep.
I think Joe's sleeping.
God.
That is the first time he's fell asleep on a show.
Am I that boring?
No, he works really long hours. So,
wait, like literally? He's asleep right now?
He's literally asleep.
Literally.
Literally asleep. It's not the first time either.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, unfortunately not.
That is nuts. Oh, guy, I feel sorry for the guy.
Joe, when you awaken, you will be a Christian.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank Creationist Cat. Creationist Cat, how can they find you, and where can they find you?
Well, I'm right here at the moment, but after this, they can find me at Creationist Cat on Twitter, and my YouTube handle is Creationist Cat. So it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy, basically, and those are the two best places to find me.
Excellent.
And subscribe. You don't have to, but if you don't, you'll totally burn in hell.
I subscribed.